Okay, well, welcome everybody to the Newark Campus Center webinar. We're so glad that you're joining us today, and we have a few people here. We're going to go around and introduce ourselves shortly, but we're happy that you're joining us, and we can't wait to give you some great information. Just to kind of introduce ourselves, I'll start out. My name is Deb Korsner. I am the director at the Newark Campus Center. Some of the things that I do in my role as director at the Campus Center would be community outreach, oversee the facility, work on the course schedule for the year, and I also do some academic advising.
Campus Center. I oversee a couple different areas to help connect our students to resources while they're taking classes with us. Some of those areas include academic advising, academic support, including tutoring services, and also student life programming at the center.
Hi, I'm Carrie Allen. I am a one-stop specialist. That means that I am able to help students with financial admissions, financial aid, registration, tuition payments, any sort of paperwork generated forms you have that you need to turn in. I can help you with that also.
And I'm Ted Kofal. Nice to see everybody. I'm an admissions counselor over at the main Canandaigua campus. I'm here to tell a little bit about some services FLCC offers as a whole, both at the Canandaigua campus and the Newark campus. So yeah, let's get started. If anybody has any questions at all, a good way to ask that on the next slide here is you're going to want to send your chat to all panelists. The options there are host, and presenter. Try to send all of your questions to all panelists. That way we can all see it and answer it the best we can.
Great. So I'll get us started on some Newark Campus Center information. So you can see on this slide, this is a picture of our Newark Campus Center. We're located just south of the village of Newark, just outside of the village limits at 1100 Technology Parkway, and we're part of the tech park that is located there. It's a beautiful historic site and really a beautiful campus and building that we have at that location. We're very lucky to be there. What we enjoy the best about it is that we have a very small, intimate atmosphere where students can take classes in small classroom sizes, get to know their instructors, get to know our staff. And it really just is a wonderful place to learn and to start your education. We're biased, but we think it's very special. We also have a lot of great academic programs there. So this slide shows some of our most in-demand programs. There's over 50 areas of study at the college, and those can be anything that might take you directly to career or to transfer to a four-year institution after FLCC. Some of the programs that we host at the Newark campus specifically are listed on this slide. So business administration, healthcare studies, human services, liberal arts, chemical dependency counseling. Those are some of our most popular programs, and we have others as well. For some of our programs, you can do almost all of your classes at the Newark campus. For others, you might be able to get a start and have to take other classes at the main campus or one of our other sites as well. So it would really depend on your degree program as to where that's housed, but we have lots of great options at the Newark Campus Center. Another thing is that we're very proud of at Newark is we're really part of the community. And we have a commitment to the community that is surrounding us. We are in Newark for a reason. It's not just a place to put a campus, okay? We are the only college offering face-to-face classes in Wayne County. And that's something that we're very excited to be able to offer in Wayne County. We have a partnership with the BOCES program called P-Tech, which is Pathways in Technology Early College High School. And that is actually a high school setting with grades 9 through 12 that is located in the building connected to us. It's not actually in the FLCC Newark Campus Center, but connected. And those students can sometimes come over and take our courses, and we partner with them on certain things. So we're very pleased with that partnership. As I said earlier, we're part of the Silver Hill Technology Park, which is growing. It's an up and coming happening spot in Wayne County. IEC Electronics is building their new headquarters there as we speak. So that building's been going up rapidly and is bringing several hundred new jobs with it. So we are in the right place at the right time, and it's a great place to take courses and get involved. There's a lot of industrial growth and development in this area, and the college is really proud to be part of it and be forefront in participating in it.
Great time. Okay, here we are. Trying to do two things at once here. All right, so another highlight that we like to talk about specific to the Newark Campus Center, as Deb was mentioning, is our class size is something that allows our students to really dig into the content when they're working with each other, working with their instructors. And included in that is the ability to take some of our sciences. So for some students who need a science requirement, we offer anatomy and physiology, and we have a lab where students can get in there and learn about bones and muscles and actually do that together. We're really proud of is the fact we're able to offer with courses to allow you to connect with other students and the instructor directly. A few points to know about the campus center is similar to resources that you have at main campus. We also offer support services right at the center. So as I mentioned, I oversee a couple different areas. One of those areas is professional advisement right in the center. So I am an advisor along with Deb. So if you're looking for support and guidance as it relates to completing your degree, you'll have the ability to speak with an advisor right at our location. That includes registering for classes, navigating web advisor, and also long-term planning. So depending on what your goals are in terms of transferring your career preparedness, we can help bridge that gap right in Newark. Another area is academic support. So at the center, we do offer professional tutoring in the areas of math and English. Along with that, we offer a lot of different support services related to study strategies and test taking and navigating the world of knowing how to take notes in your different classes. And we all work a little bit differently. So it's really a nice place for us to get to know each other so we can best support you. In addition, we have a librarian who visits our center multiple days a week, who's available to help with research and book selection, journal selection for any papers you might be working on. Another important thing to know, and Carrie's going to talk a little bit more about it in a few minutes, is we do have a one-stop presence right at the center. So if you have questions regarding financial aid, our admissions process, or in general looking for different resources, our one-stop is a great starting point. And Carrie helps connect a lot of our students with the resources they need, both within the Newark Center and then at main campus. One of the campus center locations for the college. Many of the services that we offer are an extension of those services that are available in Canandaigua. Some of those services are what I mentioned previously, but also understanding that we have the Equal Opportunity Program in place to help students bridge the gap with different services that they might be looking for in terms of help with tuition, the cost of books, and extra support through the process of being engaged as a college student. In addition, we have disability services, which helps us connect students who are looking for resources related to any kind of accommodation they might need. We are able to help bridge that gap in Newark by connecting you with the Disability Services Office, but we also are able to accommodate many of the learning accommodations that students do benefit from when taking classes at our center and at the college. So again, all of those are extensions of what you would get as part of the big campus community at main campus, and it's on a smaller scale at our Newark Campus Center location. Point of interest to mention is we have a pretty robust student life presence at the main campus and also in our community at the Newark Campus Center. So in Newark, we really thrive on our close-knit community that we build through connections with our students the minute they walk through the door to register for their first class until the minute they walk out to graduate. Many of that happens through informal programming. We have events like Laker Day, where it's a day dedicated to students really engaging with one another and learning outside the classroom. We try to replicate those things right at the Newark Campus Center. In addition to what you can get in Newark, at main campus, there's a student government where you can learn a lot of really valuable leadership skills through involvement with the various programs and events that they host. There are a ton of clubs and organizations, so depending on what you're interested in, I'm sure you can find something that will speak to what your interests are. There's an honors program, which a cool thing about FLCC is we don't necessarily tell you that you're an honors student, you tell us. And there's a lot of flexibility in how you complete the honors program and learn in a really nice, close environment with other students who are looking to engage and learn together. In addition to that, following our registration period, there's a new student orientation that happens at main campus, and then there are also welcome events that happen at the campus centers to, again, give you the opportunity to engage both in the small community that happens at our center and then the big community that's represented by main campus.
And so as far as athletics go, a lot of that is going to take place around the Canandaigua campus. Of course, regardless of what center you go to, you can participate in sports, both at the intramural level and at the competitive level. The picture shown right here is at the main campus. It's one of my favorite spots on the campus. You can actually see the lake. It's a beautiful spot. All of the turf fields and lighting and audio you see there are all brand new. So even if you don't participate and want to go watch games, you're totally welcome. They're big events. And actually looking at some of these sports themselves, a lot of those you might recognize, some of them you might not. Logging sports, for one, is think of it as a lumberjill kind of sport where you're cutting wood, throwing axes, climbing trees, that fun stuff. And then esports Overwatch. Basically, FLCC was one of the first colleges, or community colleges rather, in New York State to have esports under our athletic department. So we're fully supported by our athletic department, by the school. So if you don't know what esports is, it's essentially competitive video games. So right now our one varsity team is Overwatch. We have plenty of other teams that aren't varsity that might someday, but you can still play on. So definitely explore that if you are interested. If anyone has questions about esports, I'm actually an assistant coach, so you can send me an email if you have questions at chad.kofal@flcc.edu. It was in the beginning of the slide. But yeah, it's definitely great. If you do want to learn more about athletics, you can go to flccathletics.com and read a little bit about the teams there, check out some news, and get in touch with coaches through the Recruit Me button. So definitely check that out if you think about playing sports. Something else that you'll find on the main campus are the suites. So we call them the suites at Laker Landing. They're basically our on-campus housing for students. You don't have to be second year. If you're attending FLCC, you can apply to live in the suites. Basically, it's a different application than the actual, college application. So you can find it at flcc.edu/housing and apply there. The suites are really nice. They're apartment suite style. So you would walk in, you have a full common area that you can see in the picture there with a full kitchen, refrigerator, dishwasher, oven, stove, anything you need in a kitchen. All the furniture comes with it. And then what you don't see here is a hallway that will have 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. So you get your own individual bedroom. You don't have to share a bedroom with anyone, which is nice. And every suite also has its own AC unit. So no dragging fans in to try to keep yourself cool in this, hotter days. You have an AC unit, which is super nice. There's different study suites you can go, so you're not stuck to your room all the time, different cafe areas. There's also 2 laundry rooms and a workout center in the suite. So if you don't even want to leave the suites to walk to campus, you have all of those amenities right there where you live. The goal of the suites is just to be a second home away from home. So, you're comfortable. You're a 2-minute walk from campus. You're kind of central Canandaigua. So definitely look into it if you are interested. It's not a far drive from Newark. So if you are attending Newark classes, you can still live in the suites. It's about, give or take, half an hour drive. But yeah, check it out. Go to flcc.edu/housing to find out more. And last but not least, online programs. So if you don't have time to, you work full time, you can't really come into every class, we do have 22 programs that are either fully online or hybrid. Hybrid meaning it's at least 50% online and then more or less in class. So check those out, see what we offer. All of our online classes are part of the SUNY Open SUNY Plus campus, which essentially means that our online classes have undergone rigorous examination, making sure it's going to be just as good as an in-person class, just a different learning style. You're not sacrificing anything at all taking an online class. They're all accredited by SUNY, and it's a great option if you don't have time to take classes in person.
So now I'll talk about a little bit about the one stop. I'm sure you'll wonder, what is a one stop? Well, a one stop is just like what it sounds. We assist students and parents with admissions, financial aid, registration, tuition payments, and various other questions or concerns. And we help students throughout their whole academic career at the college. So if we don't have the answer, we can assist you and get you to the right person who does have the answer. So you can always come to us if you're not sure where to go, and we'll guide you. So your next step will be to confirm your plans. One of the first things you'll want to do is activate your web advisor account. When you got your acceptance letter or email, you will also have instructions on what to do next. So if you have lost yours or you don't know where it is, or the dog ate it, whatever the situation is, you can always contact us and we will get you another one. We can email it right to your email address. And then you can go from there with the steps, and they'll have them outlined as you go. Also, once you, one of the second steps that you'll do after Web Advisor creating the account is your intent to enroll. So that's really important, because at that point you're indicating that you plan to attend the college, and then the next step is once you click that intent to enroll, it will have you select a registration date, and you'll have some choices. If you want to come to a campus center, you'll be able to select that. It'll give you an option of a center, and you can choose for the center. And so your classes, now just because you select a center to do your registration does not mean you have to attend your classes at that center. You can go to any location. But a lot of times students might live in the local area to a center and they'll just register, but their program is housed at a different location, and that's okay too. We're always here to help you, whether you're taking classes with us or not. Also, the next step will be to complete a housing application if you need housing. So our housing is only located on the main campus, as Chad explained a moment ago. But if housing is what you need, make sure you get your application in sooner rather than later. And then lastly, you'll want to submit any official transcripts you have. So if you have AP credits from high school, make sure you contact College Board and have the AP transcripts sent to us so we can get those credits evaluated and added to your evaluation. The most fun step of all is financial aid, applying for financial aid. So in your acceptance letter, you'll have a link for that also. Once you submit the FAFSA, you'll receive either an offer letter or a letter requesting documents for verification. And we can always help with that. So if you're not sure exactly what we're asking for, feel free to give the One Stop a call, and I'll be able to help you decipher what it is that we're looking for. Also, when you complete your FAFSA, at the very end, you'll be able to start your New York State TAP application. You'll want to start that because if you might qualify for the Excelsior scholarship, it's imperative that you do the TAP application first. So the TAP application, you can only indicate one school at a time. So make sure it's us if you plan to attend with us. And that way we'll get that application and be able to get the aid awarded to you. Also, when you look at your offer letter, you'll be able to see the loans that are offered to you. There are two different kinds. Generally, there's a subsidized and an unsubsidized loan, and there'll be dollar amounts associated with that. If you need any further information regarding that, you can always go to the financial aid website, and it's listed right there. It's the www.flcc.edu/aid. And that web has a wealth of information on there. There's just a lot of knowledge that's put into little categories for you. So depending on what you want more information on, you'll just click the little link and it will explain it all. While I'm at it, I should mention that Lydia Azari is she works in the financial aid office, and she helps students complete their FAFSA. So if you're just having issues or you have a unique situation and you're not sure how to fill it out, you can always contact her at the email listed there, and she'll be able to set a one-on-one appointment up over the phone and help you get it completed. Also, sorry, there are additional applications for EOP, and like I mentioned about Excelsior through the TAP. EOP, Amber mentioned that a little earlier. And if you need more information, you can always go to flcc.edu/EOP for additional information on that. Okay, so we are here to help you. So all of us at the Newark Campus Center, we're here to help you. In addition to admissions, all the other offices are open and working remotely right now at this time. But some of the common offices, you can always contact us, and we'll be glad to forward any information on that you might need help with. One of the things the One Stop is able to help with is a certificate of residency. So you might see that on your listed on your checklist. It say, what is this? A certificate of residency is what gets you in-state tuition, and it's a form that gets notarized. So you can always contact us. Hopefully after June 31st, when you're able to get it for the fall semester, we might be back on campus, hopefully before too long after that. And we'll be able to do that in person with you. Also, once you are registered for your classes, you will get an enrollment checklist, and you can also see it on WebAdvisor. And it just tells what what forms or documents you might need to turn in and what ones are you've already turned in. And the other thing is that we can accept immunization records. So the One Stop, we forward them on to the student health office for you. And then their number is my contact information is listed right there for the One Stop in Newark, which is the 585-785-1766, or you can email us at newark@flcc.edu. We'll be glad to help you with anything that you need. Make sure to take a picture of this page if you like. You can always refer back to it at later times.
Okay, so as we start wrapping things up, I just really wanted to add what a great decision you're making by considering coming to Finger Lakes Community College. It truly is a great value for students for many reasons. It's a great place to start. You can get your credits in, you can get those general education requirements met at a much more affordable cost than some other institutions. And really, it's also a place, especially if you're not exactly sure or you want to explore around in different classes, different majors, it's a place that you can do that, and you can do that at a very affordable price, and it offers a really great value. And even if you're 100% sure, then it allows you to fast track getting those first 2 years of your college education at a really great value and a really great price. On the next screen, we're going to show you some of those numbers. So this is just for comparison's sake, or I mean, just some general information. It shows our full-time tuition rate of just over $2,400. That covers your full-time tuition at FLCC, which can be anything from 12 credits up to 18 credits. So anytime you're a full-time student within that number of range of credits per semester, you would pay the full-time tuition. And then average fees for our students are around $344, and those things cover things like student life, a technology usage fee, facilities fees, things like that. The other costs that are shown here really are optional, and many of our students that attend at Newark will not have these. If you're living in the suites in Canandaigua, that's about $4,000 a semester. And then meal plans can vary depending on what you want, but maybe a few $100s in food cost as well. If you're living at home or somewhere else, you're commuting and you're attending at the Newark campus, really your costs are going to be focused on the full-time tuition, the fees, and then your books or materials that you need for the classes. But overall, it's a great value, and we're here to help you make those decisions and guide you as you go. Oh, Chad, I think you might be muted.
I was muted. Thank you. So all in all, not only do you have the Newark staff that will be with you every step of the way, you also have the Canandaigua office as well. You have all of us in admissions. The one thing that we want to get across from admissions to you guys is that we're here to help with any questions that you have. Even if it's not for us, we'll get you to whoever can answer that for you. Whether you want to see the campus, whether you just want to know more about the admissions process, don't hesitate to reach out to us. You know, take a picture of the slide if it helps, but really, admissions@flcc.edu, feel free to send that out. One of our counselors will get back to you as soon as we can. If you would like a one-on-one meeting, either through email, WebEx, Zoom, or even phone calls, let us know on flcc.edu/visit, and one of us will reach out to you to set up how we can meet. And then really just in general, the One Stop is a great resource. They talked about it a little bit. One Stop will help you out literally with anything. They're awesome. So, long story short, there's a lot of people who want to help you out. So take advantage of it. Reach out to all of us. We're all here to help you. So with that being said, thank you for coming to watch. If anybody has any questions right now, feel free to go ahead and type them in the chat. If you think of something later, just send an email to One Stop, admissions, really any of these resources that we've talked about in the PowerPoint. But all of us will stay on just a little longer to answer any questions that you might have. But for anybody who doesn't, thank you for attending, and we hope to see you soon.